Hello, good afternoon. This is Gina Bulow coming to you from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, where I'm an independent stamp and app demonstrator, and welcome to today's class. I don't know about you guys, but it is freezing cold out there, so if you're on, say hello, tell me where you're coming from. I hope you're coming from someplace cozy and warm, because it is what, I don't know, negative, with the wind chill here, let me check. Feels like -20, but the temperature is like -8. So it is very cold here in Wisconsin. So, and Chris is down in Florida visiting some bees on the team and doing things like that. So she's hopefully staying warm down in Florida. But I have lots of good stuff to share with you today. I'm so excited. I just got my pre-order for, hello Melanie, Melanie's here already. I just got my pre-order in. We could pre-order March online exclusives on Monday, and I did a 2-day order. So they just arrived like 2 hours ago. So I'm super excited to share those things with you. So while you guys are popping on, I'm gonna go through some of that and then Stampin' Up! I haven't even opened the box. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this over, but the big news here, I'll slide this stuff over. The big news here was they came out with the stamping positioner. The stamping positioner is like the Stamp-A-Ratus, or what was it, the Misty. So this is a new version that they have. Look at, brand new out of the package. So I have not even played with this yet. So I will have to do a video, hello Mary, that shows you guys how to use this. So the Stampin' Positioner is available for demonstrators only to pre-order right now. If you become a demonstrator starting February 2nd, you can get this for free. So it's a $49 value. So if you join my team starting February 2nd, what you can do is you order $125 worth of product. You get it for $99. There's no shipping cost. Plus you get the Stampin' Positioner and added $49 value. So you're getting almost $75 worth of product for free. So how exciting is that? So that starts February 2nd. And that's the great thing about being a demonstrator. We get to test things and see things before anybody else. So it comes with 2 magnets. This is the platform. And then there looks to be these holes here. So there's 2 holes here and 2 holes here. And these actually have little like push buttons here. And then these 2 pieces here punch down. So you put it on like that. You're going to put your stamp on here. And then you're going to push down. And so this will be great for, I could have really used this. I actually pulled out my Stamp-A-Ratus for, I did the Boardwalk Fun for the Creative Escape, and there's a big roller coaster stamp, and I did it on watercolor paper. And you know, watercolor paper has texture to it, so it didn't stamp very clear the first time, so I wasn't happy with it. So I brought out my Stamp-A-Ratus and stamped it twice, and I was much happier with it. So this is a great thing that this will be available to everyone coming in March. But I said demonstrators, you can order it now. So super exciting. And then there is, you can do like hinge stamping. So if you want to, okay, I got to pay attention to how this goes. I'm not quite sure how this goes, or if it goes like, oh, I think it goes on these little, I think it might go on these. So there's notches right here. Oh, this is for the paper. Okay, one thing that's not included with the positioner is grid paper. So they have grid paper here that you can order. It's not included with the positioner, and that must be where these dots go in here. So your paper goes here. I'm not quite sure about this piece yet, but you are supposed to be able to do hinge stamping where you can keep moving this down and do the same image over and over again. Or maybe I have this upside down. I'm not sure. It's brand new. I need to play with it yet. We have really strong magnets, and the nice thing about these is they do have a little extra. And you guys remember with the Stamp-A-Ratus, if you had your magnets close to each other, they would smash together. And sometimes we've had people where their magnets actually shattered. So these have a nice little tag on them, and they're covered. You still want to keep them separated, but hopefully this will, see, they stick like you guys saw that. Keep them from shattering. So very exciting news. So on, I think Tuesday, they announced that there would be a big surprise coming on Wednesday, and this was the big surprise. So super, super exciting. How many of you are excited about this? Oops, wrong way. So we'll set this aside. Good thing Chris has a little side table from the Creative Escape sitting out. I stole it today so I could have more table / counter space here. So I have room for all of this today. So I'm going to show you guys a few of the stamps and dies that I got, and some paper I got, and some embellishments here. So one of my favorites, this was the first one that I saw that I had to have, was called Service Essentials. I love this. I love that we have a stamp set and dies that go together to stamp for, you know, our servicemen and women, that we can make some really cool cards with this. So very excited about this. This is called Service Essentials. And then Help Me Grow stamp set and dies. Now we might have had a picture of a card made somewhere sent along the way. So we did get a sneak peek of this, but very excited about this. I like to play out in the garden and plant things, so this is definitely was a must on my list. And if you guys know me, I love all things beachy, and right now I'm dreaming of white sand, blue water, my toes in the sand. Rolling Waves, this is called, and it comes with these dies. So it's got some umbrellas, little palms, and these cool, I wonder if this is separate seashells or if it is like connected and it's like a border of some. Let's see. Nope, they're all individual. So look at these dies. Really, really cool. First glances are always exciting. And then, of course, my kids played soccer. So I have tons and tons of soccer pictures to Scrapbook. So, of course, this had to be added to my list. You wouldn't necessarily need to make this a complete soccer set. The stamp set, you could always maybe not use the soccer ball, but all of these are great for any type of sports. Match day, it could be, you know, lacrosse, it could be, you could use some of these for football, things like that. Some grass, and we got a net. So it comes with matching dies. Super, super exciting. And then this. I do canning, so we'll be taking pictures of this. Looks like you can make a jar with this. Comes with a topper, labels, strawberries, blueberries, you're the sweetest, love you very much. So something, if you've got something handmade or homemade that you made someone, and you can put a little gift tag on something and get that sent out to them. So I bet we'll be seeing lots of really cool projects with this. Now, we also got this embossing folder that coordinates with this. Well, actually, yes and no. It's springtime, so it's called Little Ladybugs. It actually really coordinates well with the new, I don't remember what the bug set is called, but we have a bug set, and there are some epoxy ladybugs. They are the cutest. So it has little ladybugs and daisies on here, and then some stars that coordinate with the soccer set. Those are cool. And then we have these shapes here. So we got the blue Misty Moonlight and looks like strawberry slush. And then these little itty bitty, look at this, strawberries. So we have this with strawberries, and then we have another set and it has Easter eggs in it. So super cool. Hello, Jean. So that's what I got so far. There's so much more that came out. Here are two of the DSPs. So this is the soccer DSP. It's got some cool like jersey numbers on the back here. Some field, some soccer background, field stuff again. I would say this is the soccer net. Some soccer elements here. And this black and white, you could definitely color it. So if you, like our colors are black, red, and white, I could take a blend and color that in a little bit. So very, very cool. Super excited to play with these. And then this is the one that goes with the jar. You just ordered the Ladybug embossing folder. I think it's gonna be super cute. You used it with the sweet bug. So that's what the sweet is called that goes with that. So we've got all of these that have different fruit, but a nice pretty, looks like Misty Moonlight. Let me see, what are my colors? There's so many pretty colors in here, yes. Misty Moonlight, like notebook. So if you're writing your recipe down, right? Different jams, love the checkers. Some daisies. Oh, look at little ladybug paper. So this is actually coordinates with the embossing folder. So this is what the embossing folder looks like. It has the little ladybugs on it and daisies on it. How cute. Some spoons, some hearts, and then some strawberry slush and more jars that you could fussy cut. Maybe, let's see. If these jars, I wonder if one of these, they all have different toppers, so I'm guessing probably not. Wow, this jar is huge. Look at that. That's gonna be really cool. Can't wait to play with it. Really pretty tags in here too. So, it does not cut out any of the jars, but how exciting. Who's ready for spring? I'm ready for spring. Okay, so we have all of that, and then I have a couple of ribbons here to show you. We have this blue and white checkered. That must be the trend right now. I've seen lots of, Stampin' Up! Has been coming out with designed ribbon, not just, all right guys, I'm not gonna get it off, but here we go. This checkered, looks like Misty Moonlight and white ribbon. And then this, I believe, is gray granite. So there's that. Super, super pretty. Nice to have a neutral colored ribbon in the mix now too. So before we get started stamping, I have a few classes that are available for you. One is the Technique class I did earlier this month. I don't know what Chris's shipping date is in February, but I have kits for, this was all shaker cards. So all featuring the Valentine set. So if you would like one of these kits, I have these kits available. They are $22 plus shipping. So reach out if you would like this. And then I am doing a Stamp-A-Stack. I don't have it completely finished, but you know, oh, I'm not getting my flowers. We're using the, what's it called? Brush with Beauty set. So for $60, those of you who want to-go kits, it'll be $60 plus shipping. You get a full 12 by 12 pack of paper of the the Brush with Beauty paper. I don't remember what the paper is specifically called. I think they're Petals of Beauty, something like that. So there's 2 stamp sets, one that has words and dies to go with the words, and then there's a floral stamp set that goes with this suite. And so you'll get the package of paper, you'll get a roll of ribbon. So I have some white and gold ribbon that I'll show you, and there's a pack of gems that you'll get. And you'll make 15 to 16 cards. I think we're gonna have 5 cards, and then you'll make 3 of each design is kind of my plan. So here's the start of some of the cards. So here we have these 3. They're all the same card, but the patterns have been mixed up together. Aren't these pretty? And then this is the ribbon that you get with this. So it's gold and white. So this is one design. Hello, Miss Mary. This is design number 2. And then you'll make 2 other cards exactly like this. And you can change out your sentiment here. There's several different sentiments. It's your birthday, to a good friend, lots of different ones. I appreciate you. Here's design number 3. Really simple, but look how pretty this paper is. I absolutely love this paper. And these gems are really, really pretty. They're kind of a pearl, I guess, and they come in white coral and crumb cake. So I have that coming up for you. This class is going to be online on Wednesday, the 28th. And then next weekend, the 31st, this will be in person. And then I'm also going to have it in person on the first weekend in February, along with a card buffet featuring all of the new online exclusives that I have. So we have a lot coming up here. Plus I'll have Morning Create on Monday, and then the following Wednesday, what is it? The 4th? Okay, let me look at a calendar here. That'll be better, huh? I need to send an email out, so look for an email coming, I hope by the end of this weekend. So let's see, we have this, today is Love Story, the Scrapbook Workshop class. On Monday is the 26th, we have Morning Create. Wednesday the 28th, I'll be doing the YouTube of the Stamp-a-Stack. Then on Saturday, I'll be doing the Stamp-a-Stack in person. Then on Monday the 2nd, we have Valentine's Bingo. So we'll be in person in the Hive here for that. And then on Wednesday the 4th will be Technique. And I'm going to show you some different ways to use vellum in your card making for that one. And then Saturday the 7th will be the card buffet using the new online exclusives. And if anyone wanted to still do the Stamp-a-Stack. So lots coming up in the next 2 weeks here. So reach out if you guys have any questions, want any more details about the classes. Today is all Valentine's set. Now, the Valentine's set, I've heard some people were like, I don't want to do the Valentine's scrapbook. I'm not really a Valentine's person, or I don't, have a significant other or whatever. But I want to encourage you to do it because it doesn't have to be just a spouse or someone like that. It can be your best friend. It could be your fur baby. It could be a child, your daughter or son, grandchildren. This kit doesn't just apply to those that, it has to be strictly Valentine's, just someone you love and care about and things like that. But the colors in here are really, really beautiful. So here we go. Today's class is Love Story. We're going to make 6 alternative pages to this kit and 5 cards I have for you. And then to get this class, you need to place a $70 order with me. Once you place the $70 order with me, I send an additional kit to you. So your $70 order needs to either include this kit. If you have this kit already, then you can just order $70 of whatever you need, adhesives or a new stamp set. And then I will send you an additional kit. So the additional kit includes the cardstock, envelopes, die cut pieces, ribbons, gems, all of that to finish up the projects, okay? So let's get started. I love that I have this extra little table space here. I never have enough table space, so super excited to have this little extra 4-foot table here. I'll have to try to convince Chris to keep it out. So for our first set of layouts, you're going to need your Bubble Bath two-tone cardstock. Linda, you love the soft colors. I know, I love the colors of that Brushed with Beauty set. And of course, you know, we got a little coral in there. That's is definitely a plus in my world. Okay, so for this set of pages, what you're gonna need is your 2 Bubble Bath pieces of two-tone cardstock. And then we have some Poppy Parade. This was a 12 by 12 two-tone. I cut it in half, so 1 for each page. And then I cut some DSP strips, so 1 for each page here. And then we're gonna need pieces that are die cut and our stickers here. So in every one of these scrapbook pages, kits I should say, comes a sticker sheet. So here's our sticker sheet. And along with that comes 2 sheets of die cut pieces. So all of these die cut pieces are from the kit, minus a few things I threw in here that I cut. But you get journaling pieces, there's words, lots of hearts in this set. So we've got lots in here. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take, now that we've cut this in half, we're just gonna take the edge of it, choose which side you want. If you want the light side or the dark side. I'm gonna go with the light side, and we're going to tear it. And I'm just taking a little bit off here. Now, if you don't want to tear this, if you don't like that look, you don't have to tear it. You could leave it straight. I'm going to do that to both of my pieces. Now, when I scrapbook, when I'm designing, I should say, I usually do 2 pages at the same time, because when I put them in a book, I'm always thinking of how is this going to look side by side together. So I always lay them out on my table like this. This is how I start. And then from there, I start piecing out where would I want pictures, how many pictures, you know, I start laying out my different die cuts and things like that. Now with this heart DSP, I'm gonna tear the edge too on this. So I'm just gonna tear a little bit here. And usually if I have, let's say I'm doing an album, working on an album, I make a specific page for that very first page that you open, and I'll make another one just for the back page. So those 2 pages are kind of like my beginning and ending. So those pages I'll do separately, but usually whenever I'm creating, I always create like this, 2 pages together. So I'm tearing that second piece again. Okay. So So then what I'm going to do with this 1/2 inch strip, that's going to go on the top piece up here. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive here. And then just want a little bit of this showing through. And I will do that to the other side right away. And then what I like to do is just kind of hold it up next to each other to see that my spacing is about the same. Hello, Janelle. It is cold winter. Yes, it is. Okay, you guys, it's so funny. So Bella came with me today because she really wanted to go to Hobby Lobby. And she texted me that she's done already, which is really surprising that she was not at Hobby Lobby very long. So, you know, she's only been gone maybe 45 minutes. So, and that's including drive time. So she just texted me and said that I should not have been trusted to go alone. How many of you have been there? Oh, goodness. We have all been there, right? Like, oh, I probably should not have gone unsupervised. I'll say that with a Stampin' Up! Order too. I probably should have been supervised with this. So now on the opposite side, so I'm going to have both my torn sides together. I'm going to adhere like this. I'm going to do the same with the other one. Now what I do, because I kind of, granted, when you tear things, they don't tear exactly the same, but I do want things to line up across. So what I'll do is I'll line this piece up here. Like that. And then we'll put one sheet down and then we'll glue the other side. And then we'll work on them individually. That's probably a good thing she didn't text her dad that message. He might have ran to Hobby Lobby quick and tried to get her to return stuff. So I'm putting this about halfway up, but slightly above that. So I have a little bit more space down here because we're going to put a little more decoration down on the bottom. So halfway and go up a smidge, okay? And then this is where I'm gonna make sure that I line my pages up next to each other. So they're pretty close. Not exact, but pretty close. So we're gonna go with that. All right, now you can set one aside. And let's see, what do we have to bring in? We need to bring in this piece here. I think. What I need to do is put everything in page protectors and go from there. especially when I have all of these hearts and they all look the same. Oh, this is the one. I had Bella take this apart for me. She's like, this didn't come apart very nice, Mom. So I bet that's the one. So there's a little heart that, oh, here's the heart. Here we go. This heart is actually attached to that piece. And I have a die cut heart for you and strawberry slush, so that goes here. We have a gold heart also. There we go. We're going with My Sweet Heart is a sticker, so that goes on the other page. And we have a flower sticker. So I think I have everything for this page. So we'll glue our gold heart down. So is anyone taking advantage of the cold weather and getting some stamping or scrapping done? Okay, so this is gonna go slightly on an angle, and those of you who have this set, just know this heart is not symmetrical. One side is higher than the other, and then this is gonna go right there. So of the pre-order things that I showed you guys, what was the most exciting item for you? And I would say that is only half of what is available. So they came out with quite a bit of online exclusives. So this will go here. And then on your sticker sheet, we have a little flower. So that will go right there. And then up here, oh, you are sorting a big tote of pictures to Scrapbook. That is, I would say that is the hardest part, is sorting through all of your photos and deciding what you will scrapbook and what you will not. It's a big job to figure that out. And once you have that figured out, it's not so bad. And I'll admit, I have a lot of pictures that I've never even printed off. I have so many pictures just sitting on my phone. I'm hoping maybe I can convert Bella into a scrapbooker. Her graduation is this year, so, and she's one that likes to go all out for things, so with decorations and things like that. So hopefully I'll convert her. So we're gonna take this sticker piece here. And I'm gonna make an arrow out of it. Actually, I need to take more off. There we go. Still looks like a crayon. There we go. Just keep cutting it till you like it, and hopefully you won't cut off the arrow. So I made a point on that side, and then I will banner the end on this end. Uh-oh, she's back, you guys. I wonder how big this bag is gonna be. I'm a little nervous. She's making a Valentine gift for her boyfriend. So I'm going to pop this up, and it will go right there. And then I'll take another one of these sticker flowers. And that'll go right there, like that. And then there's these little, yep, all these little hearts here. So I'm gonna take a couple of the little hearts. Put one there. And, oh, she's got boxes, you guys. This is not good. And a bag. Oh boy. I don't know what she's creating. Oh boy.
It was a bad idea. You should not have trusted me to go to Hobby Lobby.
That's what I told them. I said she could not be trusted at Hobby Lobby. Not good. Good thing I didn't give her my card and say, go ahead. This was her.
Hey, I still have money left over.
I hope so. I gave you quite a bit.
But I spent like 57.
Oh boy, guys. Oh, she had fun. That's what matters, right? She had fun.
Hey, at least I have a lot of paper.
She has a lot of paper because we don't have enough paper in our house.
But then I'm not using your cards though.
Oh, she's being so thoughtful. Okay, so I really wanted gold gems, and we didn't really have a lot of selection for gold gems. And not one that, usually I give you guys a package or whatever, or not a package, but a half a package. And a lot of the ones that have gold gems have just like a partial package, and they're the smaller packages. So I thought these sequins, so these are the loose gold sequins. You can use them for a shaker card, but you can also use them to decorate up and use them as gems. So your take your pick tool would be come in really handy with this. And all I'm doing is using my glue dots. Take your shoes off, honey.
Okay.
She's squeaking away on the floor here. And sticking these right to the glue dots, and then I can stick them right on my paper. Like that. So those are my gems here. And then, of course, you finish up with a little bit of Stella, or a lot of bit of Stella, because everything's better with Stella. Oh, I want to put a little one right in the center of these flowers. I'll put one here. Let's see if I can move this one. There we go. Just like that. So page number 1, done. Now you bring in your other piece here. Why am I out in this cold weather? Because I wanted to stamp with all of you. That's why, Karen. And one of these days, I really did think about trying to video from my own home. But, you know, technology is not my friend, and I just couldn't push myself to do it. So here I am in the hive, and we're stamping together. What a great way to spend a cold day, right? Stamping together. Okay, so now for this one, you're gonna need this piece here, a white heart, and there's probably a little red heart in here somewhere. Lots of hearts in this kit. Here we go. There's that, and then I die cut out a little X, an O. Isn't that adorable? And there's a little heart out of your O. No wonder why I can't find it, because it's a sticker. So this sticker here is what we want to use. So carefully tear that out. Put that right here. Besides, I had to go to work today too, so, you know, no weather is stopping any of it today. So this heart is going to kind of go on the opposite side here. And then we also have this sticker here up on the top. And I'm going to put it underneath this one, like this. And then we're going to add some dimensionals. Who works, right? Not all of us get a day off, you know, like those kids in school nowadays. They get off for anything. Yes, my daughter is like, we deserve a day off. My kids have not been in school a full week yet this year.
Do you have an extra bone folder?
This is Chris's. It's precious. She's got a project in her mind. Here you go.
Thank you.
So they canceled school. So my kids went back to school January 5th after the holiday. And then all of last week they had half days. And some days there was no school because they had finals week. So depending if they had finals or not, they didn't have to go there. Shh. No. You can hear that on the video. And then they were off Monday for Martin Luther King and off yesterday because it was, or Tuesday because of end of semester. And then they were off today. And then they're off next week, Friday, too. Can you believe it, you guys? They like hardly ever go to school nowadays. Remember the day when you used to beg for a snow day? And all you wanted to do was to play outside in the snow? They don't do that anymore. They don't need to. They can just stay inside on their phones. I did have a few cancellations for a few customers. I was able to get one in yesterday and then one rescheduled for next week. But the rest wanted to brave the cold. So They all messaged me though and said, "Are you coming in?" And I said, "Well, if you guys are coming in, I'll come in." And that's how that went. So this was a sticker. So we put that there. And then we need to Stella everything up. You know, it is amazing sometimes what people will do to get their hair done. Like, I had one lady, I'll never forget the time. Now, she drives about a half hour away to come get her hair done. And I live in town at the time, so she's like, "Are you coming in?" And I said, "Well, are you coming in?" She goes, "Well, I'll be there if you'll be there." And I don't know how much snow we got. I feel like we had a foot of snow. It was a lot of snow that time, and it was like blizzard out, whatever. And I didn't have an excuse. Like, if she was going to drive in from out in the country, then, you know, what excuse do I have to stay home when I lived in town? So, you know, that's just how it goes. So make sure, I didn't make sure, that your word goes up a little bit higher because your X and O need to fit down here, okay? Karen, are they that smart? They must be. I'm like, I would disagree when I look at my children and how they spell sometimes.
Hey, at least your daughter knows 2 languages.
No, Bella's commenting over there, but I know 2 languages, so she's fluent in Spanish, so she thinks that's okay as long as she can speak 2 languages. That's better than being able to spell her words correctly.
Can I borrow your scissors for a second?
Oh, she's pretty needy over here, guys. I need these scissors.
I'll give them back to you. I just have to open my package of paper.
This is what it's like crafting with my daughter. "Mom, can I borrow this? Mom." And then I can't find it. It disappeared. Okay, so there's our bottom. And then that little heart is going to go right here in the center of this pink one. This is where your take your pick tool would come in really handy. So there you go. So there's that. We'll make Stella all this up already before we glue this down. She's in heaven over there. All it takes is a little bit of paper, you guys, right? A little bit of paper and we're pretty happy. Okay. So this is going to go up in this corner like that. I got to put it down a little bit further because you got to be able to tuck this heart in. Now this might not be the right size heart, but or the same size heart. There were lots of hearts in this kit. So that's going to get tucked in right there. And before we put on that other heart, I'm going to bring in a label, one of the stickers. It says "My Best Friend." And that'll go up here. Okay. Oh, that was a lot of glue for this little tiny heart. So that will go up there. Then we'll add some more little stickers. So we'll put a tiny little heart here. Oh, and that's it for that one. Okay. Then, of course, go through, add our sequins. So I really kind of originally thought I would use the shaker, the Valentine shakers that come with this. But when I started using the shakers on here, because there are some really adorable little black envelopes, and I teased Chris about this. So we had the escape, you guys all know, and she made a shaker card for one of the cards, but she took all of those cute little envelopes in there because they had black on them. And I just thought the little envelopes in that shaker thing are so cute. But they blended in with all the paper because they're kind of the same colors. So we didn't, I didn't end up using them. So you guys get gold shakers with this kit. And I have glue on my fingers, so the sequins want to stick. Okay, so here, well, thank you, Yvonne. Happy New Year to you too. I hope 2026, beyond our weather here, is treating everyone good and everyone is staying healthy. So, page number 1 and 2, here we go. This is how they would look. So we got My Sweet Heart. Adorable, right? Okay, pages 3 and 4 coming up. You will need, from your kit, there is Flirty Flamingo, two-tone paper, and in the kit you also got this really giant heart die cut. How cool. How cool. Oh man, Bella,
What?
I forgot something. Oh no,
Why did you do that?
I don't know. Okay, so I forgot the mats, my photo mats. So you will have to bring those in. I had them in my hand. What did I do with them? That is the question. Okay. All right, so pick which side of your flirty paper you want. I'm going with the light side. I'm gonna flip these over. And actually, we have to bring in 2 pieces. Oh, here they are. They're in here, guys. All is good. Like, I had them in my hand. They were on the other side of my bag. So you're gonna have 2 strips of DSP. And then you will have 2 spots for 3x4 photos. And you need a 2 4x6s. And this journal piece here, thank you, Jean. So this is actually can be 2 separate pieces. You could use this outside piece here as a photo frame if you wanted to, and then you could just have the separate journal piece, or I kept them together. So that is completely up to you what you want to do. So we're gonna glue these on first. We're gonna leave about an inch on the bottom. I don't know what you guys think about this Valentine's paper, but I absolutely love it. I love all these colors together. So you're gonna leave about an inch or so on the bottom. Like that. And we're gonna put the other one on the other side. I said, line up your pages. like this. And then one of the ribbons you're gonna get in this kit is this gold and white. And this is the ribbon that actually you're going to get if you do the Stamp-A-Stack, the Brush with Beauty Stamp-A-Stack with me. You're gonna put that. On the edge, and that's gonna go all the way across. And then I always keep the back of my tear tape backing on. You could always use Scotch tape too, but this helps protect your pages from sticking together. Oh, I agree with you, Karen. There was so much. I had to actually empty my cart out because I was spending way too much money. So I did. If you check back at the beginning of my video, you'll see which sets I pre-ordered. I, of course, got the soccer set because we are a soccer family here. Now, once again, too, I just want to make sure that I'm lining my ribbon up right. The soccer set, I of course got the military set. I hope with Christine's, I know they work 2 years ahead or whatever, but I'm hoping that Chris's event that she holds for the Wounded Warrior was a little bit of inspiration, that we needed some military stamp sets. So I got that one. What else do we have? Soccer. Oh, there's a beachy water one. There's so many pretty ones. Did you take my black scissors, Bella?
No.
Oh, it's right here under my ribbon, guys.
You gave me your
It was so much easier just to blame Bella, right? So yes, and I got the new Stampin' Positioner, so I'm super excited about that. So I think I'm going to play with that this weekend. Okay, so you need your large heart. And your large heart, you need it to go a little bit more to your left than to your right because we need to make room for the large arrows in this set. So they have this large arrow here. So it needs to be able to fit on your page. Bella's making fancy envelopes over there, you guys. I'll have to show you guys what she made. Okay, so make sure that you're leaving enough room for your arrow to fit on your page. So like I said, you have to get it a little bit slightly to the left. To the left, to the left. No, I won't sing for you guys. Actually, every time I hear that song, all I can think of is Sandra Bullock and Betty White doing the dance in The Proposal. Okay, then you're gonna bring in your 2 mats. So I have one here. And one right here. And then they gave you some large letters that say love you. I'm gonna lay those out. Now, I also kept the center of my O's in there. You could pop them out if you wanted, but I kept them in. And your letters are actually 2 different colors. So you got Poppy Parade and Real Red. So just be aware of that when you're putting your O's on here. Oh, Bella, you ripped my E. My E got ripped a little bit. Oh, man.
That was you.
She's blaming me. It was really her, you guys. Hello, Rose. I hope you're having better weather in California than we are here. Okay, so I have this laid out kind of how I think it would go. So I want to tuck my arrows in, so I'm only putting glue on the top and the bottom. That way I can slide my arrow in there. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. There we go. Then we're gonna pop everything up. You guys probably spend more time of this video watching me pop things up, right? Ah, you've got to, trust me, Karen, you'll be able to save some very easily for next month and this month and not feel bad. So if you order some this month and you order next month, there's plenty to order, so you won't have to worry about that. So you can get the product of the month. I would love to know what you guys are thinking of the product of the month. Those of you who spend $75 with me or place a $75 order, you get a tutorial from me or from Christine for spending $75. And that tutorial includes a bunch of us. I forget how many of us there are, maybe 10 of us, 11 of us, that we each made a project using the product of the month. And that tutorial is available when you spend $75. So you have all of these different demonstrators who got together and each made a project, and you'll have access to view that. So we're doing that every month for you guys. Okay, time to put our letters on. Cold to be, but not like what you guys have. You can't wait for the 90s to come back. I don't need 90s. I mean, 90s are fine if I get to spend the day sitting in my pool, but I'm more of a 60s and 70s kind of girl, especially be outside like doing stuff. But yes, definitely 80s and 90s for taking my nap in the pool. I am looking forward to that, that's for sure. Okay, so then I'm gonna start backwards up here. I agree, Janelle. I think this month's product of the month, if you guys have not seen it, it is a wonderful sentiment stamp set. So it's got kind of like all occasions on there, from happy birthday, thinking of you, and it's a really cool font. So when you place a $75 order, for $5 more, you can get that stamp set. Now, I'm not sure if December's product of the month is still available. Last I saw, it was still available. So that was a pack of 12 by 12 paper, patterned in different shades of blue. You can get both, but just know, in order to get both products of the month, you have to place two separate $75 orders. You cannot place a $150 order and get both of them. They do have to be 2 separate orders. So just keep that in mind. Oh, I would. When my brother was stationed there, they had beautiful weather when they lived. They were not too far from you. Or are you in Vacaville, Rose? I can't remember. But my brother was stationed in Vacaville. So our arrow's going to go up there. And then the bottom piece, so just kind of, you know, eyeball your arrow, and that's about where that'll go, like that. We're going to add a bow. Jean, you don't like this one? Aw. I really liked it. I liked the happy birthday. I should show you guys some cards. I made 2 cards with the stamp set. I do miss Sale-a-bration. Like you. That was always a wonderful time of year. I'm hoping maybe next month will be dies. Like a little set of dies like they do with our paper pumpkin. I don't know. I mean, they don't give us, and we don't know what it will be until it comes out. But that's what I'm hoping for. We've had paper, we've had a stamp set, so I'm hoping maybe for a little set of dies for next month. Oh, you do like it. Okay, good, good. Oh, Bella could go get my board for me. It's in the other, it's in the mud room, my black board, and then you could bring my cards in here and I could show them some of my cards that I made.
In the mudroom.
Where the bathroom is.
Oh.
My black board is in the corner
I
there.
thought you meant go back home and get it. And I'm like, oh.
No, 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 not go home. It's here. That way we don't forget to take it home. Okay, so we'll just angle our ribbon. Now, one thing I will tell you, this ribbon does fray really easy. So just be careful when you're pulling on it. Okay, so we have that. And then there are these stickers in here, little flower stickers. We're just gonna kind of chuck these in there. So this one will go down here, and this one will go up here. I'm gonna lift my L up a little bit here. So just like that. And then I won't go through the whole sequence thing with you guys for every page. I'll save you guys from watching me do that. But then you would add your sequence like up through here and through here. So this page is complete. And our next page, so bring your other piece in that you put together. And you're gonna have your 4x6s. One will go here, like this. One will go here, yeah. Were there some cards laying out too next to it? Yeah.
I didn't know if that was.
Yeah, those were mine too. Your journal piece will go here. Now, I feel like there is more space up here than down through here, so I feel like that is the top of my journal piece, but that's completely up to you how you want to place it. Then we need this red heart here. And we're going to use one of those flower stickers. We need, I have a small gold arrow for you. We need this pink heart, this red heart, another flower, and our gold, our large gold arrow. I love these little arrows. Okay. So once you have this kind of laid out on here, you can start gluing it down. How many of you like the journal pieces that go in the kits, or would you rather just write your own little journal? Or do you prefer to type it on the computer? I see people do that too. They type a little thing on the computer and then add it on. And just make sure that you add glue both to the center and to the outside, because these technically are two different pieces. All right, let's do some more popping. So this will go above like this. You're going to cut your arrow in half. I'm just looking at my page confused a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you.
These ones are yours too, right?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure. Oh, this is why I'm confused. Okay. I was like, I need more of these flowers or we're not going to be able to make our cards. That would be why. Why, oh why. Okay, so our arrow is going to go like this on our flower. And then like that. Oh, I'm going to pop it up. Okay. So then we'll put our big red heart down. Like that. And this one also needs to get cut in half. Or you could lay it on the top if you wanted. goes there. And then another one of those sticker flowers. Will go right there. And then I have one set of heart stickers. So this is one here that has 3 of them together. And that will go right here. Of course, you're going to add your gold sequins, right? Make it sparkle a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little heart here and another little heart up there. Ooh, isn't that cute? Fun colors to work with too. So that is that layout. Don't forget, like I said, to add your sequins. So that's these 2 together. Okay. And for our final layouts, you're going to need your white cardstock. So you should have 2 pieces of white in your kit. There you go. And I've already cut a bunch of squares out. So I cut all of the patterns multiple times, and we have 2 by 2 squares here. So I'm just going to separate them a little bit. I don't think that one belongs here. And we're going to go around the edges. So you're going to have essentially 20 squares for each page, okay? So we're just going to start by laying them out. So what I did is I laid them all out first, kind of to see how my pattern would come out, and then I laid them down. So you can start in whatever order you want. This is kind of just how I started out. So we're just going to go around the whole outside of both of these pages. Kind of gives a little bit of a quilted look to it. Oh, thank you, Yvonne. That is so sweet. I'm glad you are enjoying these creations. Now, don't forget to like and share my videos. When you guys do that, there's a prize at the end of the month for that. So don't forget to like and share and comment either on my Facebook page or here on YouTube that you have shared it, because I'm not able to see necessarily who shares all the time. So make sure you let me know that you share. And I have prizes to give out. I still have to mail November's, and I have to do December's, and then we'll be doing January. So those of you who are waiting on prizes for November, they will be mailed out. Hopefully I'll have my act together by Monday when I'm here for Morning Create. And we will get the December ones drawn. Look how many patterns there are. So many pretty patterns. Just make sure that you're laying your patterns down in the direction that they're supposed to be, or that you want them. The hearts, it doesn't really matter, but you definitely want your flowers and your hearts going in the right directions. So this is pretty much the start of my pattern, and now I'll continue it all the way around. Thank you, Yvonne. Wow, I'm getting some major glue out of here. You don't need this much glue, trust me. Dot, dot, not a lot. That's what my kids were taught. And it really is true. You don't need a lot of glue. Oh, I have it right in front of me. I'm looking for it all over, and it's right in front of me. That's usually where things are, though. Usually right in front of me. So is anyone doing anything fun and exciting this weekend? I know it's cold out in the northern part. I heard there's like a snowstorm going through the Midwest. Anyone doing anything exciting and fun? I hope so. I have this class in person tomorrow, and then it's taxes. So I do not consider tax stuff fun. I mean, I gotta do it, but you know. Wow, these got really mixed up. Okay, so all of these are glued onto this one. You bring in your next one, and you're gonna do the same thing all over again. Jean, you are just waiting for the snow to hit. Oh, how much snow are you supposed to get? And where are you, Jean? I don't know which is worse, all the snow or the cold.
Snow.
Bella votes for snow. Snow is worse, she says. You know why? Because then she has to shovel it, which is true. And it makes for unsafe conditions. My squares are 2 by 2. So I'm just doing the same pattern on both sides. And the nice thing is that when you're done doing this, the same patterns aren't together when you're side by side. So that's kind of nice. So this is a great way to do your scraps. Hey Bella, you want to text Dad and let him know where we are? My husband obviously forgot that I had a class today. He just texted, where are you? And you might want to let Dad know that you're with me. That he does not know. Probably went into a dark house. Landon's probably sitting upstairs in his room. Doing what? I have no clue. He can't be tired. He did not wake up till noon. I got home from work a little after 12 today. And he was still in his pajamas eating a bowl of cereal. So that's how I know he had just gotten up. I'd like to have a day like that.
I told Dad about my Hobby Lobby trip too.
Oh gosh, she admitted to her dad what she did too. That's not good.
I'll probably send a laughing emoji. Never mind, he said why.
Why? Why not, right? Why not go to Hobby Lobby? On the coldest day of the year. She needed an art project to do.
Mom, Dad sends an emoji with his hand covering his face.
That's no different than Dad looking for tools or
I mean, it was only $57.
car parts, you know. He collects car parts like we collect paper, just saying. My paper store is much easier than car parts. Okay, so this was the hardest part of both of these pages. Not really hard, just tedious. Okay, page number 1. Now, instead of cutting well, that's the next page. Never mind. You need 2 4x6s for this one. The next page, what I did is instead of giving you an 8x8 square of black in the kit, I'm giving you 2 4x8 just because they're a little bit easier to ship. And this is where your photos are going on. 6:30. So these are going to go like this. Kind of tilted. Ooh, or get really tilted. There we go. Okay, so for this one, you are going to need there's a large flower with a little flower attached to it. Hello, Sherry. Welcome. Listening while you're prepping for class. That sounds like a wonderful evening. What class do you have coming up? So your flower here is going to go up here in the corner. And then there is a sentiment that says, "You are loved." And we're going to bring in the black and gold twine. I love this twine. And we're just going to weave this back and forth. Now, this is part of the extra pieces that I'll send you. So these black mats, when I say you get an extra kit, this extra kit includes these black mats. Oh my goodness. Maybe we just need to go with the black mats. It'll come with the ribbon. You'll get a little container of the gems or the sequins. You have an in-person stamp cap, 3D items, and 7 cards. Oh man, how cool is that? Sounds like a fun afternoon or morning. So that will go here. Yes, this is exactly what I was going for, Sherry. That quilted look. And then I think we have some little, maybe they were stickers. Little hearts that'll go here and here. And then on the bottom we have this heart. So for those of you who got the product of the month last month, which was the paper, this would be a good layout to do with that blue paper. And then, oh, we have a black arrow that we need. So the black arrow is going to go like that. I love these little arrows too. So this is part of the Endless Love Stamps and Dies. And then there is this EXO. We're going to pop that up on top of it. Like that. Add some more sticker hearts. Oh, and we have a little flower down here. Maybe I'm blind. Okay, it's a die cut. Here it is. Ooh, it's hiding. So that's gonna go just down right there. Put your number out, please. Here's my phone number, Sherry, if that's what you're looking for. And then, of course, I didn't do this with the last page, but wink of Stella everything up. You do your label here. Do these hearts. Do the X, O, your arrow. Do these little hearts. And then finish up with some sequins. So once you get all of those little squares done, this page is really simple to put together. And the same thing with the next page too. So add your gold sequins. And then our next page, so this is where you're going to have 2 pieces of black cardstock. Actually 3 pieces. So you have 2 4x8s. They're going to go in here. So then if you make your photos like 3 7/8 square, you would have 4 of those photos go in the center here. And like I said, the only reason why I did it this way is because for shipping purposes, when I ship these kits, it's just easier to ship this than a larger one. Okay, so we have the sentiment with all my heart, and you're gonna have a strip of black here. So I'm gonna attach it on here so I know how much I want, how short I want to cut my banners. I think the same thing, Yvonne. Having that black on there really just pops really nice with all of these bold shades of red and pink. Now, remember, let's say you guys don't want the scrapbook workshop, but you like some of the stickers, you can get the DSP pack with the sticker sheet. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here. And then we will banner this. So I'll cut up the center. And cut towards the middle. And I'm going to take a little bit more off of this end. Okay, so this is gonna go on the top now. Like that, and then you should have one more gold arrow in your kit. And I'm going to put some mini dimensionals on here. Sherry, you got into it after seeing me make cards with it. That's good. That was the whole purpose of letting you guys, you know, even though you're not maybe necessarily a scrapbooker, these kits are wonderful for card making too. And you guys will see that. I've got 5 cards coming up for you guys. But it's nice because everything is together. You have cardstock. You have GSP, you have die cuts, you have stickers, all of that all together, and you could make a ton of cards with one of these workshop kits. So you're gonna put your arrow like that, and then there's a little pink heart in here. Oops, maybe I better put a dimensional on. Okay, wait till I'll show you guys. So I had, like I said earlier, I had the Boardwalk Fun, and that one has a workshop with it that I did for the escape. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to show you guys. Okay, so then for the bottom here, you have this little sprig here. That's gonna go like that. And you have a large flower. Like that. Pop this up. So that will go like that. In here you have a little tag. And on your sticker sheet, you have now and always. That is going to go right on here like that. And then we'll make a bow with our bow maker. Maybe. There we go. Now, one thing I will tell you about this twine is that it is a little bit like silky, and so make sure that when you tie your bows, you really make sure that you tie them tight, because they do want to come loose. Almost to the end of my roll here. Oh, that is the end of my roll. Look at that. So to hide that little hole there, we put our bow there. And so now we have our 6 pages completed. So I'll bring them all in. So here are these two. This is what the sequins added. So we've added it here and here throughout. Those two. And then these two. So there we go. We've got 6 pages. Now onto our cards. And these are the stamp sets that I'm using. So I've got 3 different stamp sets. You could get away with 1 stamp set, but I like some of the sentiments and different elements in each one. So this set here is called Love Story. This one coordinates. So they usually bring out a coordinating stamp set to go with the workshop kits. So this one goes with this. And I liked this little flower in there, so I used that inside of my cards. Endless Love is the bundle, so the hearts and things that I cut out, the arrows, that all goes with this set. And then Reason to Celebrate. There's a Valentine's Day in here, so I'm using that too. And there's Valentine's in here. So I just wanted a different Valentine's for some of them. So those are the stamp sets that I'm using that coordinate. So here is our first card. Very simple card. This piece here comes from the kit. So we have our DSP along with a red mat. Now we're going to take, so we have some red and white twine, not just for Christmas, it's for Valentine's. So you fold it in half, so we got it doubled. I'm going to flip it around here. And flip it around. So then this is ready for our card base. Has anyone taken one of these kits and just made cards with it? I'd be curious how many cards. I mean, you could get a ton of cards. But I wonder with the dies and the sticker sheets, how many you'd end up with. So there we go. So we have our twine in the middle here. Then we're going to take this piece here. And pop it up. And that'll go on the center of our page. And then there is a sticker here, the XOs. So instead of stamping a sentiment on here, I'm just using the sticker here. So it makes it really easy to put cards together. So that goes down here. We have a bow, but I'm out of glue dots. I did not bring any glue dots. So we would do that. Add your sequins on there. We'll stamp the inside. Yes, and the nice thing about these heart dies is they're a bigger size to be able to use on a scrapbook page. So, you know, they're big enough for a card, but they're also big enough for a scrapbook page. Okay. So we're going to use that little flower in here. And we'll use Happy Valentine's Day from this one. And my ink colors, we're going to use Real Red and Pretty in Pink. So we'll stamp our sentiment. Ooh, that was loud. In red. And you're happy, you could either put in the center. I'm just going to stick it over here on the left side like that. And then we'll use Pretty in Pink for our flower. There we go. So very easy card to put together. So if you have people who like to simple stamp or are new to stamping, this is great for that. And there you go. So this is what the finished card looks like. Okay, card number 2 will be there we go. This one. Ta-da! Oh, so pretty. So pretty. I'm missing my heart. I had it fall out earlier. Here it is. Here it is. Ta-da! Okay, and then you also need one of your hearts from the kit. I don't want a white one though. I should just turn this upside down, right? Look at all these white ones. Now, these white ones, let's say you didn't want a white heart, you could color them with ink. Take your sponge or your dauber, or your brush, I mean, and color them, and you would have them. So I have 2 different hearts here. We're gonna wink a Stella. Our hearts. Glue our mat on. And then this goes on the front of our card. I just love how these colors all go together. So we got Strawberry Slush, Real Red, and Pretty in Pink. And I didn't burnish, so make sure you burnish. Now, to stamp our Valentine's Day, the Valentine's comes from Endless Love. So we're going to use the Happy and Valentine's from that set. And then Day will come from the Love Story. And we're going to use Strawberry Slush. And I'm gonna lay my heart as if it's on here, just so I know where to stamp my Valentines. So we have that. I'll put my heart back. And then day right there. So then all we have to do, add too much stuff out again. I'll pop this up. And then I'll go here. So not quite in the middle, more towards the top. I will just put pop-ups on the bottom of my heart here. We'll add a little liquid glue to the top where it's going to go on our label. So that goes right there. Put our little heart on. And then our arrow. And then I'll add just a little bit of glue in this. Oh, there we go. Like that. And then, like I said, I'm out of glue dots. So you put your bow right there, add your sequins. So that's your finished front. And then for our inside, what did I do with this one? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we got this really cool striped heart. And hugs and kisses. So we're going to take and put the cover on these before I send them flying, if I can find my cover. Right here, here we go. Okay. So we're going to use our strawberry slush. We're going to stamp it off on our scratch paper, and then we will stamp it second strength here. So there we go. You have a really light version of it. And then we will bring in our real red. And stamp hugs and kisses in the center of that heart. Ta-da! I love doing that. I think that is such a cool effect. Okay, glue our inside in. And there's so many cool elements between these stamp sets that it's fun to use them. Okay, card number 2, done. Let's clean off some of these stamps quick. Clean stamp break. Now, I don't know if you guys saw, I posted on my Facebook page, maybe last week or so, that my chamois here was beginning to smell funky. And I had sent it in the washer and dryer, not the dryer. I put it in the washer once, and I also just washed it with Dawn dish soap once, and I still couldn't get rid of that smell. So what I did was I took some, I think it was Dawn. I'd have to look back at my post. I think I just used some Dawn, some vinegar, and some rubbing alcohol. I let this soak in there, and it smells so nice and clean now. So if you ever get a chamois that starts to smell a little funky, like I said, I have a post, and I didn't measure anything. I just dumped it in the sink and did that. But one thing too is make sure, I don't usually close my case. I usually just kind of keep it like this. I don't click it shut. So just keep that in mind if you ever run into that. I'm usually pretty good about washing my chamois, and usually I just, you know, put a little bit of Dawn dish soap in there, rinse it out, and call it good. But for whatever reason, it was getting a little funky. So this card is going to use these really long strips that we didn't use on our pages. So we're going to take the first one here. Now I used, this was from the last one, I had a little strip left. So I took that strip and I put it on the bottom of the inside of my card. You have a piece of Pretty in Pink here that I embossed with that really pretty heart folder. So it's kind of like, almost like rainbows of hearts with a little heart in the middle. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put it on an angle across the center like that. And we're just going to cut this off. And cut off the excess. Okay, so that's in the middle. Then I'm going to take the other strip. So the other strip has multicolored hearts on it. I'm going to do the same thing. Leave a small gap between. I think that might be even a bit much. So I'm just leaving a small gap. I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to put another strip of it right here. So there you've got like 3 little strips. Does this fit? Nope. Going across the center of your card. Now this will get glued. So I have a piece of DSP here. And then look at this pretty heart. So this is one of the dies, and this is another die. So there's like a little heart tag in there. We're going to glue that. Onto our red heart. So that'll go like that. Now I will tell you that the hearts in here, they don't line up perfect. This doesn't line up perfectly over that one either, so you just go with it, okay? Add some Stella, because who doesn't love Stella? And I probably should have done this before I glued it, but I didn't. So I'm just adding it to the strawberry slush piece. We will pop this one up. And that will go on the center. And then there's a little sticker in here that says, love you. And we'll put that over here in the corner. So I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on this end because you have this popped up and you're going to have this side popped up. And that way they will be on here. They will look level on your card. So that goes. Make sure you take the backing off. Goes on there like that. You're going to put your bow, add some sequins, and there's the front of our card. And then our inside, all we have to do is stamp Happy Valentine's Day. So, bring in our red. And then I'm going to bring Pretty and Pink in to stamp Happy and Day. So we've got Happy, and I think that's you could use the other day, but I'm bringing in from Endless Love that day, so my Happy and Day fonts are the same. So see how quick these cards go together, and just by adding a few extra dies, and really you wouldn't need to if you didn't already use a lot of the stuff on your scrapbook pages already. So if you were just making cards, so I mean we're making 5 cards and 6 pages and we still have leftovers. Like, what happened to my card front? I didn't glue it on. Okay. There we go. So there that one is. And next, another simple, easy card, but so pretty. So this is actually, I'll include a piece of Flirty Flamingo cards, or you'll cut this out of your 2-tone paper when you get the kit. So this is a 2-tone paper, but I will send a heart for you. I cut mine out of there, but I won't be able to do that with your kits when I send your kit. So I will send you a separate heart, but you'll have to cut your out of your paper, your mat. Okay, and then this can get glued down, but look at, that would be cool too, right? All right, let's pop up our heart. And instead of coloring this, I would, I'm gonna bring in my piece of paper here. I would take my Wink of Stella here, and I'm just going to flick it because it's such a large image. And now my card is all sparkly. Then you're gonna have this XO die cut from the kit. And another, oops. Here we go, here's our arrow. So I cut this in half. So I'll pop this up. And then we'll tuck in our arrow. So this will go like that. Thought I lost my arrows already. Now, being that we have black arrows here, you could use your black dimensionals, and they would hide a little bit better. So you're gonna go like that. And like, oops, gotta take the backings off. Like that. Add your black and gold bow, add your sequins, and then our inside. We're going to bring in, there's this little thing of hearts here. So we'll stamp with Flirty Flamingo. Let's flip that over. That's better. And then we'll bring in red and stamp our Happy Valentines. And we're going to stamp over here and over here like that. So that's what's really been fun about this set. There's so many different ways that you can stamp your inside of your card. That's almost as much fun as stamping the front of your card, right? Oops. That one's done. This one is not. So there we go. Here's our finished card. Da, da, da. So we have one more card to go, guys. We're on the home stretch here. You guys have been hanging with me for the last over 2 hours here. So thank you for hanging in there. Okay, this one, we had these flowers and I wasn't quite sure what I was gonna do with them. And then in my head, I was picturing postage stamps. So we had all of them and I didn't really use them. I used a couple of them in our layouts. So paper saving, right? This is gonna go over the top. Making a mess with glue. And then this panel will go in the center of your card base. No, she did not fall asleep, but she, you should bring one of your envelopes over that you made, Bella.
What color?
Oh, she has multiple colors. Bring me a variety. You know, those phones, they get so distracted and they become really quiet fast. You made all of your envelopes already?
No.
Oh,
I had to make like 54 or whatever.
oh my goodness. She's going to make 54 of these, you guys. Wait till you see these. Okay, so one of them was a die cut. When I made my original card, I used all 3 flower stickers. And I actually used one of the stickers for my page. So, and I held back 3 different colors. So keep that in mind. All right, give me a second.
I have all different colors here.
So she's got all sorts of shades. She did this all on her own.
You're the boyfriend.
For the boyfriend. I hope he appreciates her craftiness.
He does.
I hope he follows the rules of this present.
I hope so too.
Okay. Okay, we're going to pause for 2 seconds. I'll show you guys. So she made these little envelopes. Look at this, just by folding her paper. So she's got a little origami here. It's got a cute little heart on it. Goes in here. And what are you putting inside of your envelopes?
I'm putting like notes of when, like feelings that he might have.
She's going to write him little love notes in here. So she's got all sorts of different colors here, different shades. She's got purples. She's got some pinks. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? She says she's going to make 54 of these. I think she's crazy. But, you know, when you're young and in love, it's amazing what you'll do.
Yeah. You're just jealous.
I am. Your dad would never do that for me. Okay. So I have a piece of ribbon that I laid across. And then I put my postage stamps on. So I'm going to put a piece of tear tape to adhere my ribbon. You don't want to use liquid glue when doing ribbon. What happens with liquid glue is it seeps through and can change and alter the color, and it makes your ribbon really stiff. And it can also make the color bleed sometimes. So we've got that in the center. Oh, Sherry says you need to do a video for your envelopes, Bella. Oh, she's giving me a look like, I don't think so.
Why don't you just not end the live and just hop in quick and do it?
Oh, you would? You would just pop in quick and do one for us?
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Oh my goodness, you guys might get an extra bonus tonight. I thought she was going to tell me a flat out no, but that was not you guys. You guys are going to get it today. This is a long video. Okay, how exciting is that? You're going to get 2 of the Beulah ladies. So then I just took and angled my ends here. Okay, that's the front of your card. You have a little white strip here. We'll stamp. You make me happy. We'll go with you make me happy. That's what I had on my other card too. Okay. The more the merrier. I love it. Maybe Bella will have to do some more pop-on videos with me, showing the young ones how we do it. Or us older ones how the young ones do it, right? Okay. There's that. And I will just take my scissors and angle that. So this will go right here. Add your sequins. And then I had this little strip that I cut off, so I'm going to add that to the bottom. And then snip off any of the extras. Okay. Stamp your sentiment. I think I'm going to stamp a heart again. Oh no, I'll do a little flower. We've got this cute little flower. And pretty in pink. There we go. And we'll use real red. To stamp our Happy Valentine's Day. These dimensional backings are everywhere. Okay, and we'll do happy. Super cute. And we'll glue this on the inside. So, so pretty. There we go. So, in 2.5 hours, we made 6 layouts, 5 cards. Pretty awesome, you guys. And you're going to get a bonus with Bella here. So here are the 5 cards we made. Don't forget to add your sequins. Don't forget your Wink of Stella. So like I said, this is $70 order with me. Make it $75. You can get the product of the month for an additional $5. Don't forget to like and share my video. That is how I get to send you guys more stuff. So we're gonna bring in Bella. Bella, you got all your stuff kind of ready to go?
Yeah.
I'm kind of sliding my stuff off to the side here. Don't forget, follow me on Facebook, my email, my phone number, if you guys want any of my classes. Oh, I was gonna show you guys real quick. The product of the month is a stamp set. And here is one. Bella, can you grab that watercolor card in there? It's on the bottom right side. No? No watercolor card?
Is it this one?
It's like a rainbow.
This one.
No, I used only 2 of the sentiments, but I did happy birthday. But I made a shaker. Look at this shaker, you guys. With some palm trees, and so it's got this really cool birthday font in there, and to a fabulous friend, and then I put happy birthday on the inside, stamped with embossing powder, white, and did some watercoloring in the background. So really great stamp set to get this month, and you only have about a week left. So now, with further ado, we're gonna bring Bella in. Okay, here she comes. Okay, we're gonna put your face up there so you can say hi.
Hi!
So this is Bella, this is my middle one. Okay, we'll flip it over so you have a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper.
You're gonna start by folding it in half the long way.
So then it'll be like scored at 4 1/4.
And then you're gonna bring the bottom right corner up to where it meets, like in the middle. I don't know how to say that. Is that the best way to say that? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna open it up. And I'll fold this to like this middle crease here.
So show them your triangle. So you got your triangle here. So she's gonna bring it up to the point.
And then you're gonna fold that. You're not gonna wanna unfold this part, but you're gonna flip it over. And you can still see part of this triangle here. You're gonna bring each side over to the middle where it lines up. And you're gonna fold it. And then you're gonna do the same with the other side. Then you're gonna flip it over again.
So show them that you have that, like
Yeah.
you have that triangle fold here.
Yeah, you have the triangle there. And then you're gonna fold it down just a little bit. Fold it. Then you should have another triangle like this here with like these 2 flaps from where you folded it earlier on the other side. Then you're gonna flip it to the other side and fold this part open and then fold it backwards. Then you should have,
So you made like a little arrow there.
yeah, like a little arrow. Then you're gonna do the same to the other side.
You know, when she told me she was gonna make an envelope, I thought, oh, okay. This was not what I pictured in my head. I thought she was making a basic envelope. There's nothing basic about this envelope.
Then
So now it looks like you have a bow tie.
like it looks like you have a bow. Then you're gonna fold each corner the other corner that you didn't fold, that looks like the other part of the bow, the other side of the bow, into the middle.
So unfold it and then fold it in again.
So you have this like layer here.
Okay.
That doesn't have it, and you're gonna just fold it in. And then you're gonna do the same to the other side. Crease it. And then you get like this weird like triangle here, and you don't really want that when you're making a heart. So we're gonna fold it down to the middle to where it meets up to this line over here.
So Sherry says hi, Karen says hi.
And then just do the same to the other side. And you're gonna flip it over, then you should have your heart.
How cool is that?
And then you're gonna fold each corner. You don't wanna fold it all the way to this part, but you wanna fold it somewhat, so you should have a little gap right here.
Okay.
And then you're gonna try to make sure that it's straight. I'm not really good at that part, but you know, it's okay. And then it should look something like this on this side. And then you're gonna go ahead and do the same to the other side.
I should have given you a piece of two-tone cardstock. That would have been cool to see with two-tone cardstock.
Oh, yeah. Then you should have something that looks like this. It kind of looks like the bow tie kind of situation here. Like on a tuxedo. I don't know.
Kind of looks like a shirt almost.
Yeah.
Like you have a collar and that.
Yeah. Then you're just going to fold it all the way up to the middle.
So you're underneath your heart there.
Then you're going to fold it just to this line. I always like to crease it first and then use the bone folder. Then you should have it looking like this. Then what you want to do is you want to take some glue. Mom, I'm stealing your glue.
You can still make glue.
Just like outline it. And just do a little X there.
She's getting fancy with her glue, you guys. Oh man, we want a tutorial for this? That's all on Bella.
What do you mean? I thought this was. And then you're just going to fold it in. Just make sure that it's pressed down all the way. And then you have your envelope. And it's super
So then
cute.
you could put a little Velcro piece there or a
Yeah.
little sticker.
It looks so cute.
Good job on your first video. Maybe I'm gonna have to have a little rock star with me more often. So I gotta find myself here. Here we go. Oops. Oh, there we go. Okay. Look at the smiley face, right? Like that's what Chris always says. So thank you for hanging out with us on a cold Friday night. I hope this inspired all of you. If you have any questions or you need Bella to do another video on this, let me know and we'll have her do another one. So anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you guys back on Monday for Morning Create. In the meantime, stay warm, everyone. Bye-bye.